Summary: Peter's chaos and manipulation tactics have disrupted the game, causing chaos among both the traitors and faithful. Despite his success, Peter's smug attitude has turned viewers against him, rejecting a chance to switch roles. Peter's decision to play as a faithful out of morality rather than as a traitor has made his character dull and uninteresting. The Traitors Season 2 star Peter Weber was hoped to be an exciting addition to the cast of the Deceptive series, but has wound up creating chaos and ruining the show. While many were excited for the Bachelor star to join the Traitors when the second season's cast was announced, they weren't sure how he would fare moving through the game. Peter's reputation for being unable to make a solid decision has followed him from The Bachelor into his other reality TV endeavors. Peter may not have been the most logical bachelor in franchise history, but he's got a following. Despite the fact that Peter had a difficult time during his stint as The Bachelor in making a decision on who he'd wind up with at the end of the series, he was hopeful his time on the Traitors would be a bit more straightforward. Peter felt he would be content with the chance to play the game as either role. He knew his skill set and strategies could be used in either way, so Peter wasn't upset when he wound up a faithful in the game. Working hard to identify the traitors, Peter's game has upended the Traitors Season 2. Related 20 best reality TV shows. Right now television is being impacted by the ongoing entertainment industry strikes, leaving many turning to reality TV. What are the best shows right now? 8. Peter created a strong team of faithfuls close. Early in the game, Peter worked to create a team of faithfuls around him that he felt could be strong and proactive about bringing down the traitors. He felt confident in his abilities identifying the traitors, sharing that he thought Big Brother legend Dan Gieseling and Survivor champion Parvati Shallow were potentially part of the team. Putting together a team that included Love Island USA's Karsten Bergerson and The Challenge's Trishelle Canatella, Peter had the votes on his side. While it was a smart strategy, Peter's insistence on leading the charge made it impossible for the traitors to play. 7. Peter pushed others to follow his lead with his team on his side. Peter worked on being the most persuasive person on his side of the castle. While he had a huge number of players in the game who were following him, Peter was also working with some of the most vocal people on the Traitors, which meant he should have been dealing with some pushback on his theories. Instead, Peter's ability to push others into following his lead made it difficult for anyone to put any other theories on the table. Peter has been so steadfast in his beliefs that it's made for a more uneventful game. 6. Peter tried to implement manipulative tricks. While The Traitors is meant to be a game of manipulation, Peter took the manipulative tactics to the next level, and did so quite early on. While the group had been working hard to get rid of traitors and coming up short, Peter felt that he could strategize his way into finding some of the traitors with a few tricks. After a mission where the shield holder wasn't revealed, Peter came up with a plan to attempt to catch some of the traitors. While his plan worked, many were worried about his role with how easily manipulation came to Peter. 5. Peter's game has created too much chaos. Although he's spent the majority of the game trying to catch traitors, Peter's tactics have been difficult for the rest of the cast to get behind, as he's caused chaos for both the traitors and the faithful. While Peter has been able to use his manipulation tactics to catch traitors, many of the faithful have found him suspicious for the amount of chaos he's caused in the game. Stirring things up day after day, Peter may be too much of a liability for the group according to some of the faithful he hasn't found himself working with throughout the game. 4. Peter rejected the Traitors' recruitment after catching Dan, one of the original traitors that Peter had set his sights on early. Parvati and her fellow remaining traitor Phaedra Parks tried to recruit Peter onto their team. Explaining that Peter was the most faithful person in the game, it was clear that he would likely have been the next one murdered. Both traitors felt they could recruit Peter and potentially use him if they got themselves into a bind and needed to throw someone under the bus. Peter rejected the recruitment, explaining he'd rather play the game as a faithful, which was a lackluster twist. 3. Peter's been too smug about his success. Peter may have been one of the faithful certain about the identities of some of the traitors in the game. He's been too smug about his success to curry favor with viewers. While Peter's skills in the game are undeniable, he's played in a way that has been off-putting for viewers. Rather than going for the opportunity to play as a traitor after doing everything possible in the game for a faithful, Peter rejected the opportunity and doubled down on hunting traitors. His smug attitude in the game has been difficult to make him someone viewers are interested in rooting for. 2. Peter let morality guide his game close. After getting traitor Dan banished from the game, Peter was recruited to the Traitors team and rejected the offer. While most of the cast agreed they'd want to play the game as a traitor, Peter decided to continue playing as a faithful rather than changing things up and cited morality as his reasoning. He didn't feel that coming back into the game as a traitor would be something he could morally do, and instead decided that playing as a faithful throughout the season would be the best choice. Making a boring, and interesting call, Peter ruined his character in the game. 1. Peter's tricks and tactics have hurt the other faithful. While Peter has worked to the best of his ability to keep himself safe in the game while getting traitors banished as frequently as possible, the tricks and tactics he's used in the game have hurt many of the other faithful. Peter, who has been open about the fact that he wanted to dupe the traitors into revealing themselves, has left some of his fellow faithful out of his decisions. In creating chaos surrounding the entirety of the Traitors Season 2 cast without including all of them, it's become clear that Peter didn't have much care for his fellow faithful. The Traitors streams new episodes weekly each Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Peacock.